Earth Day. I know that was yesterday, but today I'm honoring that with you with one of my absolute favorite artists. He's a world-renowned member of the new contemporary art movement. His name is Derek Gores. I've had the honor of interviewing him before on my show on Good Morning La La Land before he announced his residency at the Hotel Bel Air. There he is, the man of the hour. Hi, how are you, Derek?
Doing all right. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to see that you're safe and well. First and foremost, how's your family?
We're all doing very well, thanks. You know, I think people are trying to have some introspective time and make the best of things, and that's exactly what we're doing. A little more reading, a little more connecting time, and for an artist, it's perfect as a creative time as well.
So how are you staying inspired despite all the fear and the madness and the chaos that's happening in the world? Is there something that you're doing in particular?
Probably just a heightened version of my usual self, just putting feelers out there and onto the planet and the universe. Making more art, more reading, more nature, more thinking. You know, a time like this, which is truly bizarre, you have new stimulus, new things to think about, crazy things to read, maybe some more time to read things. So it's a little more of everything. I like to think of myself as, I make the flat two-dimensional art, but I'm a big admirer of every other art form. So I try to soak in the music and, everything I can. And that is helping at this time for sure.
Rumor has it you're in your studio right now where the magic happens.
That's true. Would you like a little tour?
I would love a tour, Derek. I feel like I'm getting this exclusive sneak peek into your world.
Yeah, this is my spot here. This is my dream spot. Let's see. Let me start you over here. This is where I like to sit and think and invite friends over, and we have this crazy Lips couch here that you can hang out on if you ever come visit.
Oh, wow.
There's a phone that doesn't work. You can make a phone call. Yeah, my daughter plays piano on this Collage Piano. Look at this thing.
Wait a minute. Did you collage this piano, Derek?
Yeah, with the help of some friends for a crazy art show several years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, the whole thing is covered. Whole thing's covered in paper. Kind of went to town on every layer of it. So that's inspiration central for sure. And then you've got over here where I keep all my scraps and my kind of a wall of inspirations, things I want to think about and, let filter into the art one way or another. Then we have
Derek,
just
you're
crazy
the master of
boxes.
recycled art. Are these pieces that you're going to incorporate into some of your designs?
Maybe not the ones on the wall. Those are kind of, like thoughts from other genres, advertising and things that I just want to contemplate and see where they take me. I don't know what these are, but where I get my stuff is from magazines, mostly fashion magazines, tons of just boxes and boxes of magazines. I'm the guy who gets all these. People leave me things on the doorstep all the time, and I run with them. And then I even keep all my leftover scraps after I'm done with things. And then I have this, system of my favorite pieces, colors to use now, and everything, all kinds of things, categories of things that I haven't made yet. So that's all in here. It's hard to organize the inspiration sometimes, but it's worth the trouble.
Can I see what you're working on now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorites, by the way. The lady, is that the red phone that I just saw?
Yeah, well, this has become a bit of a series. So I've made a few in this. You saw the piece as well at the Hotel Bel Air. That's in this same story. Our super noir heroine talking on the phone. We wonder what's going on in her life. So that's a recent piece. And let me zoom in here so your viewers can see how. Hopefully, from far away you see one thing, but up close we get lost in the textures and
every little piece tells a story. That's what I love about your work so much, is that from afar you see the portrait of a beautiful woman who's mysterious, who has something to say and her secrets to tell, and as you get closer you see into her world. It's almost like you expose the secrets that make up this beautiful woman. I love your art.
Thank you. That's the idea. That's what keeps me going piece after piece. Thank you. I brought out a couple others to show you.
Yes, please. Oh,
This,
fabulous. Who is she?
she is she was a local young woman who posed for me several years ago. Her name is Summer, actually. So any piece that I make with her in it, I include the word summer in the title. And this one is all summer long.
Wow.
And
She's
again,
stunning.
so this one uses more color and lots of details to be found within the piece again.
Wow.
And then let's see, a couple more things I brought out. I know some folks are familiar with the cover I did for Playboy when Hugh Hefner passed away. Well, this is the original piece that I
Oh
made
my
for the
goodness.
cover.
Wow.
So hopefully you see his portrait, but then as you get in closer, you see all the things that I used to make his portrait, including the sparkle in his eye as a little bunny. And it included lots of their iconic covers. Some of the Andy Warhol art in there, Marilyn in the background right there.
What an honor to be able to create a piece to capture his legacy like you did.
It's true. It's true. Thank you. A couple more highlights. I've been working on the series of Martinis. So these are smaller pieces. There's my hand for scale.
Wow.
So these are
It
fun.
is
Little
5
like
o'clock
still life.
somewhere.
Exactly. Who knows what time it is anywhere these days, but
Or
somewhere,
days, for that matter.
somewhere it's right time to have a cocktail, right?
A glass of Moyet rosé. As I always say, I French roast until I rosé.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said.
Thank
Okay, I'll
you.
turn this around here. So that's kind of a peek in the studio for now.
Thank
You feel
you.
inspired?
Oh,
Are you
I feel
inspired? You want to
absolutely.
come make some art with me?
Yes, absolutely. I do. I missed your class while you were teaching here in Bel Air. And I have to admit, though, that exhibit was truly spectacular and so inspiring. And now that I'm stuck at home, as we all are, I am feeling a little more creative. So I thought maybe I would test my hand at collaging, whether it would be a portrait or almost like a vision board. And I'm not exactly sure where to start. Could you help me with that?
Absolutely. You know, one of the best things about collage is it gives you like you get to collaborate with the universe, is how I put it. Each scrap of paper, each page that you find in a magazine or a book brings some history that it can add to your little story. I'm a big fan of letting randomness help you. So don't get stuck trying to think too hard. Flip open a magazine, rip out the page, and just make yourself work with it. A classic exercise is to just take 2 pages, 2 different images, and make them work together. And it's that kind of that mashup, that thing, that mix of things that weren't originally together, that brings the magic with it. It could be words, it could be pictures, but just play. One of my secrets is to work on several at once and just make them quick. Keep going. One of my favorite tricks is to tell yourself that one of the other ones is the good one. So you just keep going. Don't worry about this one. Just play with this one. One of the other ones is going to be great, and just keep going that way.
That takes the
It's a
pressure
kind of a
off.
numbers game. One of them will be good.
I have to admit, Derek, the first time I attempted this, I got so in my head about what I was committing to, putting on this page, if you will, the world that I was creating and building, that at the end of the night, I burned it. True story. I thought, enough is enough. I'm giving it away to the universe. Here you go. And I lit that baby on fire.
That's art too. Maybe the smoldering ashes, maybe that was your creation. You just had to get there.
I guess. I mean, little fires everywhere. It's a great show. But, you know, there's something to be said, too, about staying playful and taking the pressure off and saying, you know, that is the good one. And so many of us need that kind of form of expression right now because we're feeling trapped. Are you feeling trapped at all? And how do you feel free within your art, even though you're in these 4 walls?
You know, I think I learned a long time ago to just embrace possibilities, and I almost never feel trapped, honestly, but it comes from that sense of play. I have a lot of strategies with art. You know, another one people might enjoy is when you have a sketchbook, somehow it's not very intimidating because each page, you know, it's just one page. You could rip it out and burn it if you need to. But if you gave yourself like a little formula, like, hey, maybe even before that first cup of coffee is done, I'm going to put some kind of marks down. I'm going to have a little bit of fun on one page each day. And you might be surprised at what comes of it. I think I'm a big fan of getting outside your own head in order to get some new ideas. If you had to pre-think everything, you'd only make little incremental improvements. So you need new stimulus to get somewhere new, whether it's looking at other artists or putting on the right record. You know, anything that switches up your energy is a worthy experiment, including this craziness that the world is in.
Exactly. And redesigning the space that we're living in. I mean, I mentioned being stuck within these walls, and now we're all feeling the need to find new art and move furniture around. So where can people get some of your exclusive prints that are signed or your original pieces?
I appreciate that, of course. Nice setup. Actually, let's see if I can show you a thing or two over here. So actually, here's an example of one of my prints. Because what I showed you already were my originals, but this is an example of a print. This is a limited edition, archival. That means they're not going to fade. My prints are on my website, which is right about there at derekgores.com.
Perfect.
And by the way, right now, because of this craziness, I have a spring print sale right here. 25% off spring print sale. And there's the code right there. Art is Love 25. We'll get you 25% off. Plus, I'm doing free domestic shipping in the U.S. of all my prints. You can see that when I print them out, I sign them. They're numbered. This one actually is a brand new one. This is number 1 of 100. So if you call now, we'll get you number 1 of 100.
Just slide into those DMs. Yeah. Thank you so much, Derek. I so appreciate your time, your talent, the art that you're bringing to this world. Thank you for making it a more beautiful place. Please stay safe and stay well.
Wonderful to be on. Thanks so much. Thanks to all your viewers. Appreciate what you do, spreading the good news. I hope to see you in person soon. Thanks a lot.
Art is love. Thank you, Derek.
Indeed.
Thank you all so much for streaming live with me today. That was a look inside the inspiration space, the studio for world-renowned artist Derek Gores. I feel so incredibly honored to be able to have a conversation with artists like Derek who are committed to recycled art, for making the world and this earth a more beautiful place and preserving the beauty that it is. Thank you, Derek, and thank you all for those who are supporting him. Remember, at Derek Gores, and when you check out one of those exclusive prints or maybe commission a piece, art is love. Use that code. And of course, the interview will be available on EverTalk TV, on Apple TV, and Roku.